Hello, love. Bye. Hope you're doing well. Hope your bellies are full. Hope the weather's nice. And you have a beautiful place to rest your head. Just something comfy. Your arm. And it doesn't go numb. A butterfly just flew by and he's getting stuck on the neighbor's trailer. Not stuck, but he's trying to go that way. And the trailer's there. And so he's like collapsing into it, crashing into it, falling all around, but he's still going the same way. And that makes me think that even while we are in chaos, even when our life doesn't seem to be going the way we think it is, he's not going the direction that he wanted, but yet he's still getting there. Right now he's taking a break on a pole. So when you get tired, take a break, right? We need to rest. We need to allow ourselves to rest and to know that even in the storms, even when life is freaking crazy and nothing makes sense, that is still lining up. It's still gonna line up no matter what you like. Not no matter what you do, but as long as you keep going, you keep flying toward your destinations and just doing what you do. Like the butterfly flies. What else does he do? He travels from flower to flower, pollinating, creating, expanding in such a short life. Like they have such a short life, but so do we. It just seems long, right? And there's another one going, and he is, oh, whoa, one was shooting straight across my yard, the other one straight over my hood. He's going up over these giant mountains and through like the panes in my porch, like the wood panes. I think they might be the same type of butterfly, but they all flew so different. We're all the same type of people, but we're all so different. As usual, I did pray for us all before I started, and if you are not down with that, ask for it and it will be given to you. But I wish you the best always. I hope that you're getting your deep breaths in, your good night sleeps in, your water. If you're struggling with any addiction, just know that you are stronger than you know. Struggling with any abuse, you are stronger than you know. All of this is calling you to see yourself through new lenses, to love yourself more fully, to treat yourself with more nourishment, care, and kindness, and gratitude and patience than you have probably ever received in your entire life, because you need it. Allow yourself to create your art. We all have some kind of art within us, whether it be creating food, caring for others. But in reality, our number one art masterpiece is this life itself. You are the one who creates it. Yes, the chaos, the storms come, other people come in, and they can block your blessings, bro. And they can take you completely out of the vibrations that you were in and sink you down low. But that doesn't mean that you have to stay there. You can choose if you want to allow that to affect you in those ways or not. You can choose if you want to give in and fall victim to those old mindsets. That irritation can come sometimes, especially when we're in conversations of old frequencies and people who see us in our old ways, and when we're still struggling to see us in the new ways, if you know what I'm talking about. But you're there. You're everything and nothing. You're all the past and you're all the future, but the past is dead. You can't really change it. They say you can change it. You can't, but you can In changing the present, you are healing. In healing the present, you are healing the past, right? And in managing these triggers, these traumas, and these circumstances that come up in your day-to-day life right now, when you handle those more loving towards yourself, more understanding and compassionate towards yourself and towards others, more forgiving of yourself and others, because we're just humans and we're all struggling and we make mistakes and sometimes we have bad days, but you know, it's not, there's no sense in hanging on to that. You don't have to hang on to how everyone else acts around you or how they want you to be or how they perceive you to be or how, you know, maybe you slipped up and you yelled at someone 30 minutes ago. You don't have to wallow in that all day. That was then. This is now. Who are you now? Free, baby. You're free. You're becoming. We are our best selves, creating and co-creating our lives. The thoughts that you're thinking now, they really do create the portals. They open the portals, they allow them to be, they're there, okay? So like there's all infinite possibilities and potential dimensions and portals, right? Some people think that that's just fake, but it most definitely is real. So if you're like asking the universe, or you're praying to God, say, God, I really my brain just went to like bazillions different things. Okay, I really want a husband, right? And you're praying for it and you're like, okay, I want my husband or my wife to come in and I want to know that it's them and I want to have this the soulmate connection, you know. Like I believe that we have multiple soulmates, and soulmates is not just your like a husband and blah blah blah, all that stuff. It could be your friends, your siblings, your animals, but a little white butterfly. If you want to look them up. The others were orange. One was the monarch. The other two, I don't know if they're monarchs, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So you're saying that you want a husband or a wife or whatever, and whatever you're praying for, and then you're struggling because you're going out in your day-to-day life. You're not meeting anyone. You're not seeing anyone. You're not seeing these goals and dreams and desires come to fruition. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's the money that you need to pay your bills, or a new vehicle, or just a new self, a new mindset, a new perspective, like a new everything, right? But if you're struggling because your life doesn't look how you want it to, how you're praying it to, how you know, like God has told you, like you deserve these things, and you know it, and you feel it in your heart, and that's why it's so hard for you to give up. Even if you want to give up, you're still here, right? When we put those out into the universe, give those to God, let them go, and instead of letting them go, continuing our day-to-day and living in our best vibration, dancing, being free, being playful, going with the flow, whatever happens, you know. If it's a negatives, flip it around. As I flip it in reverse, it bobs my head, but I'm not Missy Elliott. I'm just whatever. If you choose to, you know, I know that it's hard when we're in those low vibrations, in those low mindsets, in those addictive behaviors, in those lack mentalities, to think outside of that, right? Because that is so much what is heaviness on us. But as you're in it, when you're thinking in those ways, like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, my husband's not coming, this isn't, like, nothing's for me, da da da, like, whatever, you know, those chaos spirals that we get ourselves into when we lose ourselves, that literally cuts off portals and dimensions, timelines, potentialities of that futuristic life that you wanted and you dreamed for and you vibrationally felt and source wanted to give you. It cuts that off. Cuts it. The more that you're running in it, because it's not hearing like those emotions and those anxieties and worries and stresses, they build upon one another so fast. And the negative forces of this earth, the second that you give into that, they cling to it and they feed you more and more and more and more, because that is the game of this life. It's not a game, but it is, in a sense. But if you're able to recognize it, hey, I don't want to think these ways. I don't want to behave this way. I don't want to fall into these addictions. I don't, I'm going to love myself now. I'm going to be happy now. I'm going to stay in this present moment. Where am I now? What do I have now? I have this home. I have this vehicle. Like maybe your vehicle is breaking down a lot, but you still have a vehicle that gets you places half the time. Be grateful for that, because you could have no vehicle at all. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. I'm new and I'm learning, and I realized for myself that I'm never gonna study like I don't have a teacher forcing me. I don't have a test to take. Like, I read, but I'm whatever. So I'm gonna just learn as I go. And if you don't like it, it's okay. You don't have to. Most people might not. But anyways, we got some I was talking about how upset people can get, like when you're in those low vibrations and all of that stuff, and low energies, low actions, low mindsets. We're typically not taking care of ourselves, right? And that's how we end up in those cycles. We're not loving ourselves, we're not healing ourselves, we're not allowing others to love us, and not able to allow that. This says also, it's Queen of Cups in reverse. It talks about saying no, setting your boundaries, and when you do, follow through. A lot of the times for me, I would have intuitive like nudges and urges to just do things or not do things, and I would cross my own boundaries for other people so much, and it tends to make me like spin out and get, it confuses your soul. And it's Seven of Swords reverse, which speaks on selflessness, which is, I don't know, let me read this. It said that it's so interesting because I feel like both explanations of this kind of seem like the same thing, but it's like, are your actions really as selfless as they seem? But like, take that time out for yourself to care for yourself, but not in like a ruthless way. And then the Hermit reverse speaks about collaboration. It's time, we can't do anything on our own. I'm here probably because of that. It was always hard for me to ask for help, and even when I did, it was a struggle. And then I was asking for help and allowing the help, and okay, like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and letting go of pride, letting go of all these things, and then that wasn't the right thing. Like, not that I wasn't meant to ask for help, but I wasn't, like, we're not meant to continue asking for help. Like, we're to be growing out of those low states, and I wasn't pulling myself out of them. So you told yourself you were doing something out of self-love, when in actuality you were doing it out of selfishness. And that's becoming obvious to everyone. It's not too late to change course, so make sure your actions are aligning with your ethics. This sat with me because that Seven of Swords, this read hit me like it's for me in a way, and I'm just like, been sitting here trying to think like all the things, like, how am I still being so selfish? And and I'm gonna meditate on it some more. It's personal. It's time to collaborate. Open yourself up. I literally just said yesterday on my Facebook page that I guess I'm going back into hermit mode, but it's not that I'm going back into hermit mode. I'm just not, I don't have the energy. No one has the energy to talk to like hundreds of people every day. I have things to do, right? And I don't want to talk to people all the time. I don't want to waste my time talking about lustful things and shit that I don't want in my life. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but it's time to collaborate. So it talks about coming out of your hermit mode stage, and that like there's lessons to be learned in the hermit mode, in the studying and all of that, but there's also lessons to be learned in living, lessons in living all the time, for sure. And the judgment, it's saying not to doubt yourself if you're wanting to start new ventures, if you're wanting to let go of certain people, places, or things. Maybe you're the only one in your friend group that is thinking about stopping smoking weed. Maybe you're the only one that is struggling with alcohol, or they're seeing the problems of the alcohol in their lives, and other people aren't seeing those issues or not ready or able to handle those. Perhaps it's food addictions. Perhaps it's your lack mindset. Whatever changes that you are needing to do, wanting to do, pursuing, desiring, you can achieve it. You really can. And you just gotta learn to say no to the world a little bit more, and yes to yourself. Take care of yourself more. Not to be, let's see, I don't want to say, it's not selfish to be self-caring, but to be, when you're not truly caring for yourself and nurturing for yourself, you are not able to be your best self for others. And then that does come out as, other people might come out and say that you're selfish because you're not helping them. You're not doing these things for them. You're not giving them all of yourself. But we have to learn to love ourselves first, trust ourselves first, have faith in ourselves, faith in the divine, that the path that we are being called to take, the roads that we are desiring for our lives, that's for us, and we might need to step out of our little box a little bit, come out of your little hobbit hole. We don't need to stay in the books all the time. Yeah, like, learning is great, and we can always learn, and we can always grow, and that's amazing, and it's beautiful. But there are lessons that you can only learn when you're living life, when you're showing up for yourself, and you can only show up for yourself when you're saying no to others. Like, if you're constantly saying, yes, I'll do that, people ask me to go here, do this, do that for them, give them this money, spend time with me, we never see you, oh, you can't leave yet, all of these things, it's done in a way in love, but it's not loving to yourself when that's all you're doing, when you're not stepping back and taking time for yourself. And now for my situation, I'm recognizing that it's not self-loving or self-serving for me to stay in my hermit hole all the time, to go back into the world, and just because people are being some kind of way, that I would fall back into that. Like, we're also meant to expand and grow, and at some point you have to come out of that. Take a break, yes, when needed, but step out and renew yourself, and don't doubt yourself, because you are made for this. You are strong, and you are capable, and you are able to be so much more than you ever knew. And thank you for being here, for real. Thank you for listening. Comment below, for real, because I think I might post these. I don't know if the messages are what they are. I'm a rambler, and I feel like I get just guidance, and spirit guides through the world, through people, and I never have claimed to know all the answers, although people would say that I did. I just happen to know. It's not even that I know, it's just, some things I do know from experience, and some things, it's spirit, and like, if, say you want to start a business and that business fails. Yeah, that will suck if that business fails. It would be a bummer. But is that a horrible thing? No. What did you just do, bro? You trusted yourself. You flew. You grew something. You did something that most